Hello student, today we will discuss the disk scheduling mechanism in operating system. Disk means hard disk. So before going into scheduling algorithm, we must know the disk structure. Actually, hard disk provide the bulk of secondary storage. And disk drives are addressed as large one-dimensional array of logical block. This logical block is the smallest unit of transfer. Normally, the size of logical block is 512 bytes. The one-dimensional array of logical block is mapped into different sector sequentially. Sector 0 is the first sector of hard disk and the first track of the outermost cylinder. So, what is track? What is sector? Now, if we look into the board, now if we see the picture, there are so many circular area and each circle is partitioned into different parts. Actually, this is known as a platter. One disk contains so many platters, but we here consider only one platter. And each platter is partitioned into track and sector. What is track? Track is starting from a address 0 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. It may contain 32 tracks starting from 0 to 31. It may contain 24 tracks. It may vary from disk to disk. And the area within a 2 track is known as the sector, and the number of sectors per track is not a constant. Therefore, modern disks are organized in zones of cylinders and the number of sectors per track is constant within a zone. Whenever a process needs input-output to or from a disk, it issues a system call to the operating system. If the desired disk and the controller is available, the request can be serviced immediately. Otherwise, the request is placed in a queue. Once an I/O completes, the OS can choose a pending request to the serve next. Now, we will discuss different type of disk parameter. Disk parameter by which we can decide the performance of disk. The first one is disk bandwidth. What is disk bandwidth? Disk bandwidth is the total number of bytes transferred divided by the total time between the first request for service and the completion of the last transfer. Next is seek time. Seek time is the very important parameter for disk scheduling. Seek time is the time for the disk or to move the heads to the cylinder containing the desired sector. Actually, each platter contains a separate disk. So, if we consider the one platter, then there is a disk head. And another is rotational latency. This is another important parameter of disk. Rotational latency is the additional time waiting for the disk to rotate the desired sector to the disk head. Now, if we see the board, we see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 partition. Actually, this is the diagram. First one is for wall for device, another is for wall for channel, and then the seek time, and then the rotational delay, and the data transfer time. So, if we sum up wall for channel plus seek time plus rotational delay plus data transfer, the total time is known as the busy time of devices. That means in this time the disk is totally busy by the I/O call to the OS. Now there are so many algorithms in this scheduling. For a single disk there will be a number of input-output requests. If requests are selected randomly, we will get the worst possible performance. Several algorithms exist to schedule the servicing of disk I/O requests. Now we will discuss different algorithms like FCFS, CSCAN, SCAN using a numerical example. We have to calculate different kind of performance, means disk movement. So see the board. Now consider the very easy and simplest algorithm known as FCFS. First come, first serve. This algorithm is very easy to implement, but this is not the optimal one. There are another algorithm which is optimal, but first we have to understand the FCFS. The problem given here is the different track number are given like 98, 183, 37, 122, 14, 124, 65, 67. And the platter contain total 200 track. That means 0 to 199 track are there. And currently the head is at the pointer 53, means track number 53. Now we have to visit all the track according to our queue. FCFS serves as, it first serves the first request, then it serves the second request. What we have to do? We have to find out the number of head movements. Actually, disk efficiency depends on number of head movements. Now, very simple mechanism is, where we have now? We have now at 53. 53 is nearby 65, so we consider 53 is here. Now the disk head start from this pointer to first request is 98. Then you have to move to 98. Then where the head have to go? 183. Now the disk head is at track number 98, but it have to travel up to 183. Where is 183? So we draw another line up to 183. Now how we calculate the head movement? Actually head movement nothing but, first time we are at 53 and go to 98. That means how many moves are there? 98 minus 53. Now we are at 98, then we have to move at 183. How many moves are there? 183 minus 98. Now where do we have to go? We are at 183, but our queue shows that we have to move to 37. That means, where is 37? 37 is here. So we have to back to that pointer 37. How many moves are there? 183 to 37. Now, where we have to go? Because our fourth item in the queue is 122, which is the track number 122. Now again we have to move up to 182. So how many head movements required? One, we are here, that means we are 37, and we move to 122, that means 122 minus 37. Then from 122 to we have to move 14 because our Q represent, we have to go to 14. That means 122 minus 14. Then 14 to 124. Then 14 to 124. That means 124 minus 14. 124 to move 65. Where is 65? This point is 65. So we again move to 65. That means 124 to 65. And last Q is 67. Now where we have? We have at 65. So we have to move just to 67. How many moves? 67 minus 65. If we calculate this value and then sum up, we will get 640. That means total number of head movements using FCFS algorithm, total number of head movements is 64. How we got this? We subtract this value from this, and the total value we get, if we sum up, we will get 640. Okay. Now we will discuss another algorithm using this example. Next algorithm is shortest seek time first, which is known as ASSTF. We again consider our previous example. The given Q is already same as our previous problem, and the head pointer is 53, and we have total 200 track, that means 0 to 199. In this algorithm, the name states that from 53 we have to move 98, but if we cover 65, then the seek time is less. The algorithm says that always access that track which seek time is very less. So in our previous problem we moved from 53 to 98, but here we move 53 to 65 because the seek time is less. Now from 65 to 67, seek time is very less. So first we have to consider from the current head pointer to the nearest head number, track number, because our target is to allow less seek time. In similar way, from 67 we can travel 14, we can travel 98, we can 22, 24 and 183. But you see, very simple that if we move from 67 to 14, the seek time will less. And the calculation of head movement is same as from 53 to 65, that means 63 minus 53. 67 to 65, that means 67 minus 65. 67 to 14, that means 67 minus 14. In the same way, if when we are at 98, we move to 122, because 98 to 122 is less, considering 124. Now we are in 122, so we have to move to 124. And last, the track number is 183. So our क्या 60 हम कहाँ है 67 पे है, तो डिस मूवमेंट क्या है 98 to 67 है. 98 से कहाँ गए हम 122 में, that means 122 minus 98 है, 124 minus 122, and lastly 183 minus 124. If we sum up, we will get 240. So if we compare between FCFS and SSTA, we can easily conclude that the SSTF is more and more better than FCFS because head movement is 240. So which is very less than FCFS considering the same problem. Now we will discuss another algorithm for this scheduling, which is known as C-scan. Now, before discussing C-scan, we have to understand scan algorithm. Scan algorithm states that from the current head pointer, we have to go to the one end of this, then again we have to move forward. Thus, this algorithm is also known as elevator algorithm. So, first starting from 53 we find nearest is 37, then nearest is 40. But now the changes is we have to go to the starting, that means track number 0. From 0 we can go forward direction 65, from 65 to 67, then 67 to 98, and 98 to 122, 122 to 124, and again 183. Actually, this is more optimum than previous two algorithms, because if we calculate 53 minus 37, then 37 minus 14, we will get just 208 head movement. But previous one was 240 and first one is 640. So this is more optimal than the previous two. Now we are discussing the more popular version known as C-scan. Actually, C-scan is nothing. C is for circular. The term is circular scan. Circular scan means the algorithm is more or less same, but always we have to move from one end. It may be 0 or 199, but when the pointer touches any end, it easily moves like a circular cube. That's why it is known as C-scan. Now, considering the same problem, we will discuss C-scan.
Start.
In C-scan algorithm, we start from head pointer 53, then we move 65, then 67, because we have to move to one end. Then after reaching the last pointer, we circularly move to the 0 sector. So 53 to 65, 65 to 67, 65 to 98, 98 to 122, then 124. But after reaching 183, we have to go to the end of the disk. 199 not given or Q, but according to this algorithm, we have to reach to the end of the disk. Then this line shows that actually this line doesn't take any time. From 199 to 0, just imagine it as a circular pipe. So it just moves to the 0 sector without expensing or without taking any time. So when we calculate the head pointer movement, we consider 65, 53, 67, 65, but we never consider 199 to 0. This is the very advantage of this scheduling algorithm. And lastly, 183 to 124. 192 means the last pointer to 183. But from 199 we just reach to the sector 0. So from 0 to 14, that means 14 minus 0, and now 37 minus 14, that is 23. If we sum up this figure, we will get 183 is the total this movement. If we compare 4 algorithm, this is the most popular and optimal algorithm. Nowadays, maximum disk company maintain this kind of algorithm to calculate the minimum head movement, and this is more efficient algorithm implemented by the more disk company. So no more today. We discuss total 4 algorithm in this scheduling algorithm. Please subscribe our channel, and you can find different chapter of OS from BTech student, BSc student, BE student. You will find different types of notes and materials, board work, like disk scheduling, like CPU scheduling, like get block, and so many chapters we cover in our video tutorial. So please subscribe our channel, and thank you.